Hello, and welcome to Green Building Research Institute's course, Tax Incentives for Green Building 2012. This is a follow-up to the course on tax incentives that we presented last year, and outlines some of the current incentives available to building projects that work to be more considerate of the environment. This course is also the first in GBRI's 2012 series, Spotlight, which will look at specific green building topics in a more detailed way than we addressed in our 2011 Pathway series. Today's course will be led by me, Rebecca Joan Brown, and will discuss the tax incentives currently available for green buildings. We will spend a lot of time on 179D and other national incentives, but we will also look at some state and local tax benefits as well. As we said, this course is an overview of current federal tax incentives available for green buildings. We will focus on commercial buildings, although there are also several incentives available for residential buildings. We will look at some of the best known and easiest to qualify for credits, and we'll also look at some grants and other incentives as well. The course will include a short quiz for assessment. The main objective of this course is to introduce you to some of the financial benefits that are associated with green buildings. Listed here are the specific objectives for the course today. You will be able to discuss why the government rewards green building projects with tax incentives and how these incentives have helped to change the way that the building industry looks at efficiency and other green initiatives. You'll be able to describe the 179D commercial building tax deductions and determine how these would apply to current, future, and even previously developed projects. We will also discuss some state and local level tax incentives, and you will be able to explain these and how they would apply to any projects that you are working on in these areas. We will also show you how to look up any incentives for your state and area in particular. On the sustainability side, green building tax incentives can have a significant impact on the environment. Almost every business decision must be made with an eye on the bottom line, and therefore those decisions that have the power to impact the environment must also be financially feasible. Providing tax incentives for green building interventions can help to push projects to make more environmentally sound decisions. By encouraging projects to invest in green building technology, the technology becomes more rapidly adopted by the market, meaning that more support resources will be available, such as repair and maintenance technicians, and that producers can reduce prices somewhat due to higher volume sales, which further increases adoption. The specific environmental benefits will vary depending on the intervention that is supported. Most federal tax incentives will relate to the building energy use, rather than either with regards to the energy efficiency of the building or how the building's energy is produced or obtained. Energy-efficient buildings will result in reduced emissions associated with energy production and consumption, and the use of renewable energy resources will prevent many of these emissions in the first place. This benefits the environment by reducing greenhouse gases in the atmosphere that contribute to global warming, and reducing the pollutants that lower air quality and decrease overall loads of health in the surrounding areas. Green building tax incentives can also benefit the economy as a whole, and especially directly related industries. By encouraging builders to invest in new technologies, these types of incentives can help to jumpstart new industries or promote the development of new technologies that will comply with guidelines. This type of innovation will help to provide jobs and maintain industry stability. Incentives also put money back into the pockets of consumers, which will promote consumer spending overall, not just in areas related to green buildings. Finally, a tax incentive that will encourage the adoption of a technology or system will increase the confidence of those who would potentially invest in that technology by making it more likely that they will see a return on their investment as the technology is adopted. Another economic driver that is especially critical in the current climate is the idea of energy independence. Buildings consume about 40% of the energy used in America each day, And by reducing building energy consumption, overall energy consumption is significantly impacted. The less energy that we use, the fewer energy resources will need to be imported, which will help to stabilize the economy. Finally, increased resource efficiency means that by using less water, land, and other resources for buildings today, we will not have to worry as much about potential shortages that could disrupt the economy in the future. We will now move into Section 2 of the course, where we will be looking at the 179D Commercial Building Tax Deduction. We will look at how the deduction works and how it is earned, who can be a beneficiary, what the financial and other benefits are, and we will perform some sample calculations to demonstrate how savings can be determined.